Stoic strategies to regain control over your emotions, 17 key points. In today's fast-paced world, emotions can often feel overwhelming. The ancient Stoic philosophy teaches us that we have the power to manage our reactions and maintain inner peace, no matter the circumstances. Below, we will cover 17 Stoic strategies that are easy to understand and apply in daily life. These strategies will help you regain control over your emotions, and the best part? They're simple enough for anyone, even a fifth grader, to understand. 1. Understand the power of choice. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the idea that while we cannot control the external events happening around us, we have complete control over how we respond to them. This is an empowering realization because it means that, no matter how chaotic life may become, we always have the power to choose our emotional reaction. When something frustrating occurs, like missing a bus or receiving bad news, it's easy to let emotions like anger or frustration take over. However, the Stoics teach us that we are responsible for our emotions and have the ability to choose a calm, rational response instead of reacting out of impulse. How this helps? Recognizing your ability to choose your reaction gives you control over your emotional state. For instance, if you miss the bus and you're running late for school, you can either get upset and stressed or choose to remain calm, realizing that stress won't help you catch the next bus any faster. This choice in response allows you to maintain peace and control over your emotions, regardless of the situation. 2. Focus on what you can control. A foundational teaching in Stoicism is the idea that we should only focus on what is within our control, such as our thoughts, actions, and responses. Many of us tend to worry about things outside of our control, like other people's opinions, actions, or even unpredictable events like the weather. However, the Stoics argue that stressing about things you can't influence is not only unproductive but also leads to unnecessary frustration. By focusing solely on the things you can change, like your own behavior or mindset, you free yourself from the weight of anxiety and frustration. How this helps? Letting go of uncontrollable factors reduces stress significantly. Imagine you've planned a picnic, but it starts raining. You can't control the weather, but you can control how you react. Instead of getting upset, you could choose to enjoy the rain or find an indoor alternative. This shift in focus, from what you cannot control to what you can, helps you stay calm and grounded in any situation. 3. Practice mindful breathing. The Stoics believed in mastering the mind and body to maintain control over emotions, and one of the simplest techniques they used was mindful breathing. When you feel emotions bubbling up, whether it's anger, anxiety, or sadness, pausing to take deep, controlled breaths can slow down your emotional reaction. By focusing on your breath, you bring yourself back into the present moment, giving your mind the space it needs to process the situation more clearly. How this helps? In stressful situations, like preparing for a big test or an important event, mindful breathing allows you to regain a sense of calm and control. Deep breaths calm your nervous system, helping you think more clearly and rationally, rather than acting on impulse or letting panic take over. This simple act of breathing helps you regain composure and manage your emotions effectively. 4. Pause before reacting. In moments of intense emotion, it's easy to react immediately. But this often leads to regret or unnecessary conflict. The Stoics taught the importance of pausing before reacting to any situation. Taking just a few moments to stop and think gives you time to process your emotions and choose a rational response, rather than reacting out of anger, fear, or frustration. This practice can save you from saying or doing something you might regret later. How this helps? Imagine your friend makes a hurtful comment. Instead of immediately lashing out or getting defensive, taking a moment to breathe and think can help you respond more calmly and thoughtfully. You could choose to express how you feel without starting an argument, keeping the situation under control. By pausing, you create a buffer between your emotions and your actions, which helps prevent unnecessary emotional outbursts. 5. Challenge negative thoughts. Our emotions are often shaped by how we interpret situations, not the situations themselves. The Stoics believe that our minds can create unnecessary suffering by holding on to negative or distorted thoughts. That's why it's important to challenge these thoughts whenever they arise. If you find yourself thinking, "I'm a failure," or "everyone is against me," take a step back and ask yourself if these thoughts are really true. Often, negative thoughts are exaggerated or based on assumptions rather than facts. How this helps? Challenging your negative thoughts can drastically reduce emotional distress. For example, if you feel like a failure after making a mistake, pause and ask yourself, is it true that this mistake defines me as a person? By examining your thoughts critically, you can gain a clearer, more balanced perspective, helping you manage your emotions more effectively. 6. Visualize the worst-case scenario. A Stoic exercise called premeditatio malorum involves visualizing the worst-case scenario of a situation. The idea isn't to dwell on negative outcomes but to prepare yourself emotionally for potential challenges. By thinking about the worst that could happen, you desensitize yourself to fear and anxiety, realizing that even if the worst occurs, you are strong enough to handle it. How this helps. If you're nervous about an upcoming exam, visualize what might happen if you fail. While failure isn't ideal, you'll likely realize that it's not as catastrophic as your emotions might make it seem. You can retake the test, learn from your mistakes, or find alternative paths. This reduces the fear of failure and gives you the emotional strength to face challenges without panic. 7. Accept imperfection. One of the most liberating lessons from Stoicism is that nothing in life is perfect, and striving for perfection only leads to frustration. Life, people, and even you are imperfect, and that's completely okay. By accepting imperfection, you let go of unrealistic expectations and allow room for growth, forgiveness, and self-compassion. This acceptance reduces emotional distress and fosters inner peace. How this helps. For example, if you're constantly striving for perfect grades or perfect behavior, you might feel overwhelmed and frustrated when things don't go as planned. Accepting that mistakes are part of the learning process helps you move forward without beating yourself up. This reduces stress and allows you to embrace life's imperfections with a more relaxed attitude. 8. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Stoicism teaches that obstacles are not roadblocks, but stepping stones for personal growth. Every challenge or difficulty you encounter is an opportunity to learn something new, develop resilience, and become stronger. Instead of seeing problems as setbacks, Stoics encourage you to ask yourself, what can I learn from this, or how can I use this challenge to grow? How this helps. Let's say you fail at a task, such as missing an important deadline or not getting the grade you hoped for. Instead of getting discouraged, use this moment as an opportunity to reflect on what went wrong and how you can improve next time. Viewing obstacles as opportunities to grow changes your perspective, reducing negative emotions and fostering resilience. 9. Let go of external validation. In a world where people often seek approval and validation from others, the Stoics teach the importance of focusing on internal values rather than external validation. Seeking constant approval from others can leave you feeling anxious or unworthy, especially when that approval isn't given. Instead, the Stoics encourage you to focus on your own actions and live according to your own values, regardless of whether others approve or not. How this helps. By letting go of the need for external validation, you free yourself from the constant worry of what others think. For example, instead of worrying about whether your friends like your new outfit, focus on whether you feel comfortable and confident in it. This shift in focus builds confidence and reduces emotional stress because you're no longer dependent on others' opinions for your sense of worth. 10. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting your mindset from negative emotions to positive ones. The Stoics emphasize the importance of being grateful for what you have rather than dwelling on what you lack. Practicing daily gratitude helps you focus on the good in your life, making it harder for negative emotions to take over. How this helps. Each day, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. These can be simple things like having a loving family, enjoying a delicious meal, or seeing a beautiful sunset. By regularly practicing gratitude, you train your brain to focus on the positive aspects of life, which reduces anxiety, anger, and frustration. 11. Embrace voluntary discomfort. Stoicism teaches that intentionally facing discomfort can strengthen your mind and character. Voluntary discomfort refers to intentionally exposing yourself to small challenges, such as fasting, sleeping on the floor, or going without modern luxuries. The point isn't to make life harder but to remind yourself that you can survive and thrive without these comforts. This practice is about training your mind to withstand life's unpredictability. How this helps. By embracing discomfort, you become mentally resilient. For example, skipping a luxury, like taking a cold shower or going a day without your smartphone, trains your mind to detach from the need for constant comfort. This builds inner strength and helps you better handle real-life hardships. When you're used to enduring small challenges, larger ones feel less overwhelming, making you more adaptable and better equipped to manage emotional stress. When the unexpected occurs, you're ready, and you're less likely to crumble under pressure. 12. Recognize the temporary nature of emotions. Emotions, while powerful, are fleeting by nature. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of recognizing that feelings, no matter how intense, will eventually pass. Just as clouds in the sky move and change, so too do emotions like anger, sadness, and frustration. This awareness helps you maintain composure, even during emotionally turbulent moments. How this helps? When you're in the grip of negative emotions, it's easy to feel like they'll last forever. But if you remind yourself that emotions are temporary, you gain a sense of peace. For example, if you're upset after an argument, instead of dwelling on the negative feelings, remind yourself that these emotions will pass. This mindset helps you avoid impulsive reactions and prevents you from being consumed by negativity. You can stay centered, knowing that calm will return once the emotional storm subsides. 13. Find strength in community. While Stoicism emphasizes self-control and individual resilience, it also recognizes the value of community. Stoics believe that meaningful connections with others are essential to living a good life. Having a support system of friends, family, or a community of like-minded individuals strengthens your emotional well-being. How this helps? When you face challenges or feel emotionally drained, turning to your support network can provide comfort and perspective. For instance, talking to a friend about your struggles or asking for advice can help you see things more clearly. This doesn't mean you depend on others to solve your problems, but rather that you find strength in their encouragement and insights. A strong community can act as a buffer against emotional stress, reminding you that you're not alone in your journey. This gives you emotional stability, allowing you to manage your feelings better. 14. Detach from outcomes. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and responses, rather than the outcomes. While it's natural to desire success or positive results, obsessing over the end goal can create anxiety and emotional distress. The Stoic approach is to detach from the outcome and focus on doing your best in the present moment. How this helps? By letting go of the need for a specific result, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and disappointment. For example, if you're preparing for a big presentation, instead of worrying about how it will be received, focus on delivering it to the best of your ability. This shift in mindset reduces pressure and allows you to stay calm and composed. When you're not attached to the outcome, you can approach challenges with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that your value isn't dependent on external validation or success. 15. Practice forgiveness. Forgiveness, according to Stoic philosophy, is a powerful tool for emotional freedom. Holding on to grudges or dwelling on how others have wronged you only breeds negativity and suffering. Stoicism teaches that forgiveness isn't about excusing harmful behavior but about freeing yourself from the emotional weight of resentment. How this helps? Practicing forgiveness allows you to let go of negative emotions that drain your energy. If someone wrongs you, choosing to forgive them releases the grip that anger or bitterness might have on your emotional state. For instance, if a friend betrays your trust, holding on to that anger only hurts you in the long run. By forgiving, you can move forward with emotional clarity and peace. This doesn't mean you ignore the offense or allow it to happen again, it simply means you prioritize your emotional well-being over holding on to hurt. Forgiveness liberates you from emotional burdens, creating space for healing and positive growth. 16. Understand that suffering is part of life. Stoicism teaches that suffering is an inevitable part of life. Rather than avoiding or resisting hardship, Stoics believe that accepting suffering is crucial to emotional resilience. Life's challenges, while painful, are opportunities to build strength and character. How this helps? When you accept that suffering is a natural part of existence, it becomes less frightening. For example, when you face the loss of a loved one or a personal failure, recognizing that everyone experiences hardship helps you feel less alone in your suffering. This mindset allows you to face difficulties with greater courage and perspective. Instead of seeing suffering as something unfair or overwhelming, you can view it as a chance to grow emotionally and mentally. By accepting suffering, you reduce its emotional impact and empower yourself to persevere through tough times. 17. Celebrate small wins. Stoicism encourages the appreciation of progress, no matter how small. Life is full of challenges, but every step forward, no matter how minor, is a victory worth acknowledging. Celebrating small wins helps you maintain a positive emotional state and keeps you motivated on your journey. How this helps? When you're working toward a goal, it's easy to become overwhelmed by how far you still have to go. However, by recognizing and celebrating small achievements, you keep yourself motivated and emotionally balanced. For instance, if you're trying to improve your fitness, don't wait until you've reached your ultimate goal to feel good about yourself. Celebrate each workout, each day you stick to your plan, and each small improvement you notice. This practice builds confidence, keeps your spirits high, and helps you maintain a positive emotional state throughout your journey. Recognizing your progress reduces feelings of frustration and reinforces a sense of accomplishment. If you found these Stoic practices helpful for managing your emotions, there's so much more to explore on this journey of self-improvement. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, Page-Wise, for more content that helps you cultivate inner strength, resilience, and emotional control. Share this video with friends who might benefit from these timeless Stoic lessons, and let us know in the comments which Stoic practice resonates with you the most. Remember, your journey to emotional mastery starts here. Stay wise, stay strong.